Fucking hell, buddy boy. Right, day 108, uh, week 16, year 2025. Let's go Idaho. Well, I certainly didn't think it's 1:09 p.m. I certainly didn't think I'd be sat here making calls today. It's been one hell of a week. Washout Monday, smashed it 3 days in a row, and then today comes along and has kicked my ass so far. I've only done one and a half hour of admin, but here we go. See if we can. Right, do you know what we're going to do? All the ones that are closed. Hi guys, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink business called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff. Two of my wholesalers are based in Ireland, in Dublin and Kildare. And I was just hoping you could give me a quick call back on a Dublin number, 01265 5191. Thank you. Bye bye. Credit unions, County Dublin. Trying to separate the emotion from what needs to be done is very hard. I called earlier, but it went to voicemail. I left a message. Um, okay, so we're gonna gonna crack open the monster. £1.75. Fuck's sake. That is uh, a slice of heaven on a rainy day, and it is a rainy day. All right, come on in, Charles. All the ones that are closed. Take the dates off. We'll make a couple more calls, and then might scrap credit unions. I don't understand why they're closed though. It's not a bank holiday in Ireland, man. Fuck's sake.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Fuck's sake. You know what Power Hour 1 at 1 p.m. means? It means today should be a fucking washout day, bro. Oh. Trying to separate the emotion from the action is a very difficult thing, 100%. But I'm here, I'm at the office, and I'm staying till a minimum of 8 p.m. And then I'm going to go back and do some admin work, finish off these fucking pharmacies on the Excel spreadsheet. I've done an hour and a half of admin. So if I go back, do half an hour, then that's two. And I uh, aim to do 6 hours on the phones today. Let's see. Let's go Idaho, motherfucker. Smash it, bro. Let's go. All right, we're gonna call. Okay, fine, 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 fine. Let's see if cooperative societies are open. Yeah, okay, obviously. Hi, good afternoon. I was looking for the person that orders ink, like for the printers that you guys use. Yeah, yeah. Could, could probably sell me some. Would I be allowed permission to pop an email with my name, Charles, and my contact details, and my prices, even if it's for future reference? Would that be okay with yourself? Yeah. What was your name, by the way? Fantastic. Paul. Bear with me, Paul. My name's Charles, by the way. Yeah, let me write this down. So it's Paul dot. Yeah, you just put a Welsh surname in there just to get cheaper prices. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing there. See what you're doing there, Paul. So Paul dot Phillips. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Like I said, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink business called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff, but two of my wholesalers are based in Ireland, one in Dublin, one in Kildare. I was going to ask you very quickly before you go. It's a bit of a long shot to ask, but you might actually be able to know the answer to this. Do you happen to know the name of a printer so I can get started with some prices on the email? Oh, fantastic. Of course. Thanks, Paul. Yeah. Yeah. L. Yeah. Yeah. Dash L. Yeah. CDW, yeah, perfect. I actually sold that printer yesterday to a customer. I know that printer very very well. I have five kids, Paul, and I can't remember their dates of birth, but every toner code, page yield, price, honestly, Paul. Apart from the favourites, obviously, I know the favourites dates of birth. I'm not a bad dad. Yeah, well, it's a bank holiday over here in Cardiff, and I'm pretending like it's not. When I work for myself, mate, so there's no rest for the wicked in a sense, and the kids are off as well, so working from home is a lot of fun, shall we say? But I'll what in regards to the stock that you have, the only question I did want to ask is, are they the TN421s or are they the TN423s? Um, cheers. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so that's the black one. High capacity, perfect. When you said about overstocking, I'm going to send you the email now. Obviously, it's not going to be of much relevance, even though the prices may be less than. I know they're going to be less anyway, because I'll be very upfront with you. When I started doing business in Ireland last summer, I used 123ink.ie as a yardstick, if you like. I don't particularly like undercutting because I feel with my company, I feel I try and give as much value as possible, and the price kind of becomes irrelevant because people know they're being looked after, if that makes sense. But of course, I can't come in there if you're paying €60 and I'm charging 65 to try and get my foot in the door. Obviously, you're going to be like, well, so I know my pricing is not going to be an issue. What I would say is, and if you're happy to do this, for me to do this, could I schedule a similar email? So the prices again, but can I schedule it maybe for 3 months' time, or even would that be okay? Because I know even if it's of interest today, you don't need anything. So in 3 months, you know what it's like when you do it. Am I right in saying that though? Is 12 weeks a good time scale or longer? Would that be okay, Paul? And is it, am I right in saying, is it yourself that deals with it, or am I, who do I know it's your email. Yeah, 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 yeah. So whoever's got the short straw. Yeah, 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 yeah. Perfect. I'm going to send over this email. You have my word that I promise not to do anybody's head in, if that makes sense. If it is something of interest, I'm sure you'll be in touch. And what I'll do is I'll schedule a quote for 3 months' time, 12 weeks, and then it'll pop up in your inbox, and then we'll just take it from there. And you definitely are going to have lower pricing, not because of me lowering 123 Inc., but definitely because of your Welsh surname. So you'll have to tell everyone in the office to buy from Charles in Cardiff because at some stage you and your family tree at some level, or I don't know, you know. I don't want to talk about the rugby. Listen, I didn't even call Ireland for the whole month of March just to keep my myself to myself. Honestly, I'm not sure. I literally for the week after I was no or England or Scotland, and I'm certainly glad I don't have any customers in Italy. But for me it's just I used to have an office around the corner from the stadium as well, so it's I was literally around the corner, and I love my rugby, and it's a sad sight, but at the end of the day, to start off from rock bottom, you've got to start from rock bottom to start again. I just don't like the way they treated an absolute legend in the game, Warren Gatland. He brought him from the doldrums and made him into a powerhouse, and he could have done the same again, but they lied to him. They did lie to him, and it's he tried to help, and you know, no, no, not at the top, 100%. And these regions, they can turn it around. They really can. Ireland's brilliant, and Ireland have just gone and taken a cut, haven't they? They've got to increase it by 10%. I read something like that, like 40% now they've got to find for the 40% instead of 30. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who are essentially contractors who may get injured. They may be away on tour for months, a month or whatever in the summer, and things like that. And literally at the top, I mean, when you look at the World Cup, Ireland were down as one of the favourites to win the World Cup. So it's a group of death. Yeah, it's group years before, was it? Ah, right. Okay. Okay. So you knew. Yeah, they knew in advance. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it's only it's just the same ones though, isn't it? Because the World Cup is so small that I still think that anybody in the Six Nations, obviously aside from England who have won the World Cup, but I think for me, I think Ireland is just, even though at the moment, they're not quite on point, but not quite. But you look at Leinster and it's the way that they're playing, and they've just signed. This Ricky Ioane, yeah, Ione, yeah. I was just shocked. I'm like, this is like Real Madrid and signing Zidane or Figo or yeah. But I presume Jody Barrett goes back then. So he's only, yeah, and the same with Ricky as well. So he'll be there for 6 months as well. But even so, I mean, he's one of the, oh, I mean, attacking centres. He's been that plays obviously for New Zealand, and he's been playing amazing rugby since he came from the wing to the centre. To be fair, he never was the centre. So you guys, I got to be honest with you, it's like guaranteeing continued success in my eyes. I look. Yeah, but then how do you combat it? Because the problem is when Munster was so successful for so long, and then Leinster went, so they were looking at Munster thinking we'd love to be them, and now they're at the top table. I think the wolf climbing the hill is always hungrier than the wolf at the top of the hill. So that's where does that make sense? So for example, I watch Australian rugby league, and Penrith have won the 4 years in a row, and now they've lost. I think they've lost more games this season. It's like 7 games in, and they've lost more games this season, I think, than the last 2 seasons combined, or something along those lines. And the team has barely changed. A couple of key players have come out, obviously, but look at Man City, Paul. Look at Man City. Look how much the wheels can come off if that intensity decreases by even a slight percentage. Other sides can just come in and do it. So Leinster at the moment, 100%, they're at the top of the game. And I get what you're saying in competitiveness. Yeah, but look at Wales though. There's no competition. Like even into competition like Gwent. Yeah, Gwent the Dragons. Honestly, I don't think they've even won a game against Cardiff or the other sides. They just don't win against their own sides. But I personally think yeah, look at South Africa though. For me, South Africa the case in point, because for me they just absolutely and utterly adore their rugby because they're traveling all those miles, and then they're having to get through all this being away from their families, the training camps and things like that, being away from home, and they just turning up every single time they do. They just love the game, and I think that's why Wales are really struggling, because Wales are always known as a country throughout the whole world of loving rugby, and I just think they've lost the love of what they're doing, the passion. You mentioned about not rugby people being at the top. Well, if they were rugby people at the top, surely the passion and the love would come back down through, you know? Yeah. Trying to make yeah, and they're trying to make the money but listen, the money will come. Get the fans in. Get the fans in, look after the fans, and the money will take care of itself. Profit will take care of itself. At the end of the day, it's still a game, and it's still something that should bring enjoyment to everyone. I mean, look, I don't know if you watched Man United last night, Paul, but I'm not a Man United fan, but I'll tell you something. Yeah, well, I tell you something, Paul, genuinely, and I've watched football, for a long, long time. And last night, and I didn't even watch the whole of the second half. I turned it on my iPad. I fell asleep, and I turned on my iPad to what's it called, the extra time, and I turned it on, and Man United were 4-3 down. And when I turned it off, they were 2-0 up at half time, and I was like, "What the hell?" I was so discombobulated. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And then suddenly, honestly, they scored. I watched it live. They scored a goal, and the reaction from the crowd was something like you've never heard before. And then when they scored the winner, and this team is mid-table, and the fans are coming out, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they're going to be there till 10 o'clock at night, 10:30, 100% cold, raining, etc. And they're coming out, and the team are playing so poorly. It's like one of the worst Man United teams ever. The goalkeeper's under pressure, the manager's under pressure, everyone's having it, the striker is under pressure, everyone's having it, everyone's having it. And the fact is, it's just the passion, and it comes from the fans. If you connect the team with the fans, then the world is your oyster. And I think that's where the regions have gone wrong. Yeah, you connect with the people because it's the people that will get you to where you need to be. It's Yeah, because they'll just yeah. But Nigel Walker, to be fair, he is a rugby person, but I think he's not. He is at the top, like in terms of an executive or chairman or what have you. But I think somebody like Warren Gatlin, put him at the top. Put him behind the scenes, and then put, like you said, put rugby. They're clearly capable of doing it because over in England, I'm sure they got an ex rugby person as the chairman. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but they Bill Bowman, something like that. Yeah, no, not Bill Bowman. Yeah, yeah, Bill Sweeney or something. Bill Sweeney. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, yeah. But the point is, like we both agree, the rugby is for me, it's about the passion because it is still a game. It's not business. Business is business. The game needs to be loved, and that's why I think New Zealand, South Africa, even Australia to an extent, they love the game. That's why they travel all the way around the world, and they still do well. Why do New Zealand do so well, even though they're thousands of miles away from home? Because they just love playing rugby. Why are South Africans so good at defence? Because they just love it. They love the hits. They're passionate about hitting you. They're passionate about defence. They want to bash you 5 meters away rather than score a try. Oh, they celebrate it like a try, Paul. They're amazing, and that's why I think Ireland, if I'm being honest with you, even though they have kind of stepped off a couple of years, I still think they are where all the others need to strive to be, and I think Leinster, when is the World Cup now? Is it 28th, 27, 27, 27 rings a bell. Is it 4 years? 23, 23, 27. Was it 23? No, no, it's 20. Was it last year? No, it's 23. Is it really? No, no, surely. I'll leave it to it. Listen, you get back to me when you're ready. Yeah, of course. I really appreciate your time as well. Oh, I just double checked. It is 27. It is 27. Time flies when you're having fun, Paul. Yeah, it was 23. Yeah, it was at the end. I think it was the end of 23. I think that's what it was. It was right at the end, wasn't it? I think, surely. But I'll leave you to it. Hope you have a lovely day, lovely Easter weekend. Thank you very much for taking my call and letting me quote. Speak to you soon. Thanks, Paul. You too. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. First call of the day. Boom. Come on, Charles. Load template. Oh, excuse me. What's 12 weeks, bro? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do 14th of July. What number? Hi, good afternoon. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for the printers that you guys use. Oh, sorry, I had it down as a co-op society number. Is it the wrong number? Yeah, I was hoping you might use a small desktop printer. My name's Charles. I run my own independent ink business based in Cardiff, but two of my wholesalers are based in Ireland, in Dublin and Kildare. But I was just wondering if I could get permission, really, to send an email with my prices, if that makes sense. Would 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 that be okay with yourself? Um, no, it's a bank holiday over in the UK. I'll probably be better off buying ink than I am selling it today and Monday. But yeah, if you I know it's a bit of a long shot to ask, but do you know the name of the printer, just so I'm on the right lines, just so I know I can leave my prices, if that makes sense. Yeah. Is it OfficeJet Pro, LaserJet Pro? 40? Yeah, it's OfficeJet Pro, isn't it? Yeah, I clearly know way too much about printers. Like, yeah. So as soon as you said the number 77, I already knew what printer it was. Um, what was your name, by the way? Michael. Michael. Perfect. A-L, perfect. I'm Charles, by the way, Michael. Please meet you. Can I pop you an email with my? Would that be okay? Oh, so my name's Charles. The company's called SOS. It stands for Stead Office Supplies. My name's Charles Stead. I've been doing this a very long time, 16 years. I've been in business 8 years, and I've been doing business in Ireland since the summer, since last summer. And my wholesalers are based in Dublin and Kildare, so the goods are already in Ireland. And it's next day delivery as well. But in terms of pricing, that's all I wanted to do initially is just to give you some, hopefully, something of interest, and then it's up to you what you do with it. Hopefully, you might give me a call or pop me an email. But one thing that I don't do, Michael, is I don't hassle for business. So I don't call you back in a week, in a month. What do you think? I don't do that. And I never say, do you need anything? That's one thing that is one of my pet hates. People think that I say it. I've never said it once. I've been accused of saying it, but I've never said it. I've never asked anybody, is there anything you need? Because for me, if you know what I am, and you get in touch yourself. What's the best email address for you though, Michael? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, the digit two. Yeah, NEY. Yeah, at gmail.com. Perfect. So what I'll do, if it's okay with yourself, on this email, I'll just keep it very simple. I'll just put everything I've said on the telephone. So my name, Charles, company details, prices in euros, and delivery charge. And then I'll just leave it with you. If it's of any interest, like I said, just get in touch when you're ready. Would that be okay with yourself? I really appreciate it. Oh, I've called you on your mobile, haven't I? If is there yeah, is there a do you want me to take down a landline for future reference, or shall I leave it as this? No problem, Michael. No problem at all. I'll leave you with it, and I'll put my details in there. And you have a lovely day as well. Thank you very much for letting me quote you. Thank you, Michael. Cheers. Thank you. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Hi, good afternoon. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for the printers that you guys use. Yeah, yeah. Shall I try it Tuesday? No, no. I wanted to send an email, to be honest, with my name Charles and my prices. But do you think it's best to try again on Tuesday? No. Yeah, yeah, no problem. But thank you. No, no, no. I'll tell you what though. I'll take it down. Because I called 094, have I? In Mayo. Yeah. Have you got their landline? Diverted. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Ah, yeah. Yeah. 096 385 double six. Double six. Is it Anne hyphen Marie? Or is it Anne Marie all one word? Yeah. Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. £97. Good. Telling me to start using Teams, yeah? But you're not you can't call. Hi, good afternoon. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for the printers that you guys use. Um, my name's Charles. I run my own independent ink business called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff, but two of my wholesalers are based in Ireland, in Dublin and Kildare. So I was just looking for permission to leave my contact details and my prices on email. Oh, bear with me. I know a lot about ink, but I only type with one finger. Hang on, let me write this down. So it's accounts, yeah. So Old Castle and then CWP. Die. Yeah, no spaces. And I was going to ask very quickly before you go. I know it's a bit of a long shot to ask, but do you happen to know the name of a printer so I can use it as an example on the email? Oh, fantastic. Do they say MFC? Um, do they scan and copy? Oh, thank you. L00. Perfect. I know that one quite well. Do you know of any others, or shall I stick to this one? Oh, they're the same ones. You've got the same. They take the same cartridges. Yeah, and the drum. Yeah, and the drum as well. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, have you ever had an issue with a drum error message popping up? I yeah. Have you had when you've replaced the drum? Has the message popped up again afterwards? Does that make any sense? You're one step ahead of me. The amount of people I speak to that don't know how to reset the drum, I'm impressed. Honestly, I'm not joking. Honestly, I was trying to give you value. I was trying to be a smart aleck, and I was hoping you'd say, "Oh, do you know what, Charles? We changed the drum, and it keeps popping up." And then I would be like a Welsh knight in shining armor. I come in and save the day, and you're like, no, we just reset him. But genuinely, the amount of people I speak to, do you know what people do if it comes up again? They bought that you've hit the nail on the head. It's crazy. It's crazy it's crazy. I've been doing it 16 years and I'm still flabbergasted when I speak to people when they say, "Yeah, we just changed." And I said, "When did you change the drum?" "Oh, about 4 weeks ago." I said, "It's supposed to be changed every six toners. Six toners could last you a year. It could last you longer, and you're changing it every month." I was like, what? Surely somebody somewhere should have cottoned on to the fact that you've got to reset. But I'll send this email across. What was your name, by the way? Derek, Derek or CK? Perfect. I don't want to influence you, but I do think that's the best way of spelling Derek. I just want to put that out there just before you get the quote, Derek. I'll send over. You're not going to change it now. Exactly. Same with myself, with Charles. I'm getting a bit of flack. Well, I've had flack actually all my life, being called Prince, and now I'm King, and things like that. But I'll tell you what I'll do very quickly is I'm going to send you an email. I'm going to put my name, Charles, my company details. My prices are in euros. The goods are already in Ireland, so the delivery's next day. But one thing I really want to. Okay, well, I'll be very upfront with you as well, and you've been upfront with me. So I've done this for a long, long time. I run my own company for the last 8 years, but I will not touch this stuff with a barge pole because it's so expensive. So I can only offer you what I can offer. One thing I will say to you though is don't look at the price because I'm trying to build a reputation in Ireland and it'll take me a few years, a good few years. But what I'm trying to explain to you is don't worry about the price because the price will be substantially less than what you're paying. It's about the relationship is what I'm looking for because the trust has to start with Charles. We've had a bad experience. We're not, we're wary of going down that road again, and the trust starts with you saying, Charles, send me one out, and if it works, that's where the starting point is. But I don't try and oversell it because I don't need to because the price, if it works, you're saving yourself money. But the point is, you've obviously had a bad experience, nothing to do with me, never spoken to you before, never done business with you, but I still get the flack, if that makes sense. You know, so I'm not going to try and give you all the sunshine and rainbows of non-originals because you're not in that mindset. But what I will say to you is, I will be here hopefully for a long time, and hopefully if I call you again or if I email you in the future, hopefully my name Charles and my company SOS in Cardiff. You never know, there might be somebody in County Meath that might I can say to you, speak to that GP surgery down the road, or speak to that pharmacy, or speak to that school, or do you see what I'm saying, Derek? So it takes a long time though to build a good name for yourself, So I'm here for the long run. But in any case, thank you for taking my call. I'll send you the email. And it may not be of relevance now, but please keep it handy because you never know in the future. Yeah, of course. Are you, just out of curiosity, I presume, I already think I know the answer, but are you using the TN3430 or the 348? Okay, okay. Have you considered using the 80? The Okay, so I'm just going to give you one piece of advice, and I'm going to probably shoot myself in the foot by giving it because it doesn't benefit me giving you this advice. If you become a customer, it doesn't benefit me. It benefits me if you stay with the 30. The 3 stands for 3,000 pages. The 80 stands for 8,000 pages, which means if you switch from the TN3430 to the TN3480, you're going to get nearly 3 times more print, which means that instead of ordering every 6 weeks, you're going to start ordering every 12, maybe even every. Does that make any sense? And like I said, you may never become a customer of mine. That's just me being trying to save the day because you already knew about the drum reset. So it's all about my printer knowledge. It's very vast, and if you switch a code, of course they're more expensive initially, but they are nearly 3 times the page yield. So they will end up saving you money in the long run, and it'll mean your orders don't have to be as frequent. But in any case, I'm going to send you over this email. I really, really appreciate your time, Derek. And if it's something of interest, the ball will always be in your court. So it'll always be on your terms. If you're interested, let me know. But if you're not interested, I still appreciate your time, and maybe consider my advice about switching to the 80. It'll definitely serve you well in moving forward. But anyway, I'll leave you to it, and have a lovely afternoon. And thank you for taking my call, Derek. Thank you. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hi, good afternoon, Helen. I was looking for the person that orders ink, like for the printers that you guys use. Oh, let me write this down. Is she any good on email or better to try on the telephone? Yeah, yeah. Would that be okay with yourself? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Let me write this down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, baby. I know a lot about ink, but I only type with one finger. Hang on. I was doing well. I was doing well with the J Nolan. Progressive Genetics. .ie. I was going to ask as well, very quickly before you go. It's a bit of a long shot to ask you this, but do you happen to know the name of one printer? Because I was hoping to leave an example with some pricing, if I can. No, 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 it's fine. Honestly, it's a long shot. That's why it's a long shot, because a lot of times I get lucky and sometimes I don't. But in terms of sending an email, should I send it the email now or should I send it on Tuesday? Yeah, to send it on Tuesday. Yeah, of course, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, but what I'll do is I'll send it on Tuesday. I'll put my name Charles on it, and I'll ask the question of what printers do you have. But thank you very much for your time and your help, Helen. I do appreciate it, and you have a nice weekend as well. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. What's happening, bro? I switched from credit unions very quickly. They're all closed. They're basically banks. Switched to cooperative societies, which I wasn't going to do, and then ended up having three good chat calls. Three in the space of like half an hour. Um, so yeah, one has too much stock, but happy to have pricing. One just sent over the prices, and the other one uses originals. Looks like they maybe have had bad experiences, but they order every 6 weeks, and they have three mono laser printers, which is kind of like ideal, something like that, set up like that. But anyway, bro, that's three in yeah the first power hour. So I don't know where to go now. In a minute, I finish in 6 minutes, but yeah, I'll let you know. Peace out. What are the dates next week? It's 22nd. Okay. That's good. Okay. Let's do one more. Hi, good afternoon. I was looking for the person that orders ink, for the printers that you guys use. Oh, till Tuesday. Is she any good on email or better on the telephone? Yeah. Oh, uh, no, no. It may just be coincidental. My name's Charles, but I run my own independent ink business called SOS. I'm based in Cardiff, but two of my wholesalers are based in Ireland, in Dublin and Kildare. I was just hoping to get permission to send my contact details and my prices on email. Um, but no, I could. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. It's fine. So do you think in call back in October? No, no, not at all. Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I certainly wouldn't ask you to do something that you're not comfortable with. The only thing is though, you mentioned the word ribbons. Just to let you know, obviously, I'll let you know in October. But I do supply ribbons, and I have stock of ribbons. I do business with pharmacies in Ireland, a lot of pharmacies, and they have OQ microline ribbons and Epson LQ 350 ribbons. I don't know if they ring a bell, but those are the no idea. No, no. But you said the word ribbons, and I tried to put it together with the Oki and the Epson. Yeah, yeah. But I haven't emailed. I haven't. I've just checked when you said that. I checked my emails, but I haven't emailed anything with the co-op society. I put in the word mushroom. I presume. Well, I don't. I've actually. That's me. I presume the word mushroom is in the email, but I don't know. Thank you. No, of course. Thank you for your time as well. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Ah. Excuse me. It is 2:05 p.m. We don't know yet. We do know the time. Piss. You taking a piss? For fuck's sake. Come on. Try a couple more. When did she reply, mate? Can't see a reply on there, so just wondering when she replied. Mate, why are you lying? Looks like surgery's on open. Alright. Let's just do Dublin. Anyone awake in Dublin? Hi, good afternoon. I was just looking for Andrew. Oh, sorry. My name's Charles. I've spoken to him in the past. I run my own independent ink business in Cardiff. Is it? Okay. Not bank holiday weekend. You guys are getting away with murder. It's not a public holiday in Ireland. I fucking mind if it was. Right, it's the last one. You know these motherfuckers are open. Any quotas in nothing in January? Fuck's sake. Alright, let's do. So cool. That's so cool. I didn't know that. Colors, filter by color. Gallet. Enjoyed speaking to Gallet. Hi, good afternoon. Is that Garrett? Good afternoon, Garrett. I'm not sure if you remember me. You might do. My name's Charles. I run my own independent ink business called SOS in Cardiff. I wasn't going to call you actually for a good few moments. We spoke about 10 weeks ago. And this making a call after 10 weeks, Garrett, genuinely feels like last week. So I don't normally do this, just to let you know. I normally give it a good 3 months or 6 months. But the only reason for the call is because everybody in Ireland seems to be off today. So the GP surgeries and the places I normally call, that they've had half days and things like that. So I've come across my other Excel spreadsheet of other areas, and I was just wondering if you'd allow me permission to refresh your emails again with my contact details and my prices. Are you sure? Yeah, 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 yeah. We had a really good chat, to be honest. I do remember it. Yeah. No, no, of course. The Samsung was on the quote, but I presume you talking about the brother? Um, or Oh, it is a Samsung. Yeah, the Express, the Samsung Express. Yeah, yeah, perfect, perfect. I was going to mention about the brother. When you do think about topping it up, you can do a print report. You can't do it on the Samsung, unfortunately, but you can do it on the brother. The only change really, actually, no, I haven't had any change. My wholesaler is in Dublin and my wholesaler is in Kildare. And I think I had two wholesalers when I called you. Apart from that, I don't think anything has changed to give you any information apart from the fact that I'm cracking on and getting my butt kicked every day, Garrett. And I'm surely going to get a good reputation in Ireland, but it's just going to take a long time. So timing is everything. If you get back to me when you're ready, there is absolutely no rush whatsoever. The only question I do have to ask is, because we did mention about this, delivery-wise, does it get sent to your home address or to the was it to the no, to library to the law library? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I remember you telling me. Yeah. I haven't actually called any other barristers since yourself, by the way, because I went on to something else. Because what happened was, if I'm being honest with you, the pages where I got your information from, I contacted, like that day. It was like 20, say 20 barristers, for example. But the page, so basically, I'm a bit old-fashioned. So I copied and pasted the information from the pages onto an Excel spreadsheet and try and clean it up. And what was happening is I was doing the information from one page, pressing page two, and then doing that. But what happened is I come back the next day. I remembered I was on page two, for example, and but the whole thing would be skewiff. So it wouldn't be A to Z, for example. So when I does that make sense? So it's like when I went on to page, all the names were all over the place, and I was like, where did I thought I was on page two? But I didn't recognize anybody on page two. And I went on to page one, and I was like, I don't recognize these people either. So I think I have to transfer all the information in one hit, and it'll probably take me a good few hours to do of admin work. And I think I just got quite annoyed and frustrated, and I think I just went on to something else. But yeah, that's the reason why I haven't contacted more barristers. But it's definitely after having that conversation in February, I think we both agreed that it could be of interest to at least a few of them, maybe not all of them, but definitely a few that have the ones at home, or maybe like you said in the room itself, and they're not using the one in the corridor. I think was it in the corridor or something like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. In terms of, just to let you know as a heads up, and I'll send the email across in a second. Just to give you a heads up though, I have stock, so I have 11 in stock. My wholesaler keeps a very tight stock, and what I mean by that is, he doesn't have like 100 and then go down to zero. I think he has a system where if it goes down to like say three or four, he then orders in another 10. And so your toner, the Samsung, which is an old school printer, old school toner, and I have good stock levels on it. So the turnaround is up to you. I can go as fast or as slow as you like. But I know that even if you do use me, um, you may not then need me for another good 6 months, Garrett. So there's going to be no pressure on you sales wise. We had a chat, in February about this. This is why it feels very strange doing a call after 10 weeks, because to you it might be like, oh, that's a long time frame, but genuinely, I'm calling people back after 6 months. So I'll do that. Just to ask before you go, what is your opinion on the balances on the on today? What is your view on today as a Good Friday in Ireland? Is it? because I read that it's not a bank holiday. Obviously, I've spoken to a lot of people, customers and otherwise, but I just had this overriding sense that it is kind of like seen as a bank holiday. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why don't the government just call it a public holiday then? It's just so strange. It's because the whole of the UK is a public holiday. Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, Wales, public holiday. Monday, everyone in the UK, including and then Ireland, public holiday. But everyone in Ireland is treating it like a public holiday. But I'm confused because I'm ringing up, for example, credit unions this today, and obviously they're all closed. I did that for 10 minutes, and I thought, yep, they're all closed. Then I've been ringing cooperative societies, of which I've been doing quite well with, and they were answering the phones, and I was like, this is so strange because I don't know who's open and who's not. So that's why I thought I'd give you a call. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm not even sure about cooperative societies. It was recommended to me by my wholesaler to call that sector. In the UK, I've never called one, and in the UK, I've never called a credit union. In Ireland, it seems to be a very big thing, but in the UK, genuinely, the only we have credit unions, I think, but like even in Wales, I think we have one. But in Ireland, there are literally like I think there's on my list, I think there's like 400. There's yeah, there's like yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, 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 and not for profit as well, which is good for me, hopefully. Yeah, yeah, in terms of prices. But I'll leave you with it. Thank you very much for taking my call again. I do appreciate it. I'll send you that email shortly. Get back to me when you have chance. No rush. And then hopefully we'll meet in the middle when you're ready. Is that okay, Garrett? Not at all. And have a lovely afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Garrett. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. May order soon. Oh, superior ticket. Really? Yeah, still me. Uh, All right. Hi, good afternoon. I was just looking for Stephen. Hi, is that Stephen? Oh, sorry. Oh, my apologies. Is he back on Monday? Oh, perfect. Is he back in next week? Oh, fantastic. My name's Charles. I spoke to Stephen in February, about 2 months ago. I run my own independent ink business called SOS in Cardiff, but two of my wholesalers are based in Dublin and Kildare in Ireland. But he very kindly gave me permission to pop an email to the info at Ballyowen Community Centre, and I left some prices for ink for the brother printer. He gave me the model of it. But I don't really hassle for business, so I don't call very often. But I was just calling because I have to be honest with you. Everyone that I'm calling in Ireland it seems to be off today. um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have absolutely no idea. My phone personally, I'm having issues with my phone because when I put it on charge, it doesn't move the number that it's on charge. So it's on 52%. And I put it on charge, and then yeah, it just doesn't charge. I don't know if it's charging or not, but it won't move from the number that it's on. I think you have to reset it. you, you're not far wrong. The way I run my business, everybody thinks I'm crazy. I don't have a website. I don't advertise. I don't do any marketing. The only thing I do is myself, and in Ireland, I'm hoping to get a good reputation, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. I just I just supply ink for the printers. That's it. No, it's fine. I can call back Monday. Oh no, okay. Give him Tuesday. Bank holiday Monday. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Brilliant. I'll give him a bell on Tuesday. But thank you very much for letting me know anyway. My name's Charles. Yeah, yeah, there's no rush. My name's Charles, by the way. Charles. Uh, my dad used to call me Chaz, but then he passed away before it cottoned on. Chaz, yeah. Honestly, he's the only one that called me Chaz. My mum calls me Charlie Boy. I don't think that goes down very well with sales calls, but yeah, my name's just Charles. I left it too late to be called Charlie. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's one of those names. I was on the phone to somebody the other day, and they kept that. It's King, like King Charles. Yeah. Charles. I did. I don't know if I introduced myself to Stephen as the king, but he might be confused. But we'll see. We'll run it past him. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, yeah. My numbers. I've got a Dublin number. It's 01 265 5191. Yeah. There's no rush, mate. There's no rush. There's no rush. What was your name, by the way? Eddie, pleased to meet you, Eddie. I'll put. No, I appreciate it. I think today, if I'm being honest, the UK is closed down. Monday is closed down, but I work for myself, so it's very. No, today's not. Yeah, 100%. The whole country's not open, and the same on Monday. But I do business in the UK and Ireland. No, no, retail. No, no, retail's open, but business places are not open. Yeah, yeah. All those are banned. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, good on you, mate. Nice speaking to you, Eddie. Hope you have a nice weekend. Nice to meet you too. Thanks, Eddie. Thank you, mate. Speak to you soon. Ta-ra, mate. Hope you get your phone sorted out as well. Best of luck. Cheers, Eddie. T- exactly, 100%. You can add my phone to it as well. Yeah, yeah. Listen, mate. Yeah, 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 yeah. 6210 and then the 6310. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they don't they yeah, 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 yeah. They don't make them all they used to. They don't make them all they used to, Eddie. 100%. But let me that's definitely telling each other that we're old in a kind way. 100% young at heart. You're only as yeah, you're only yeah, 100%. And you're only as old as you feel. And I'll tell you something, I feel very old, Eddie. I feel very old, mate. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate. I know exactly what you mean. I'll let you go as well. The wall's not going to paint itself, Eddie. Lovely speaking to you, mate. You too. You too. Thank you, Eddie. Salam, mate. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh. Getting the letters mixed up. Yeah. Yeah. You asked me to give a fucking